Tiffany Leone, and this is my Reading by Design training video. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is lesson number 8. We're going to start with our phonological awareness, and we're going to do some rhyming. So we'll start, I'm going to say a word, I'd like you to echo the word, and then we're going to take turns picking a rhyming word. Here we go. First word is hat. Now you echo. A rhyming word, sat. Great. Here we go. Zap. Echo. Rhyming word, map. Awesome. Here we go. Third word, cake. Bake. That's a great rhyming word. Next one, hit. And bit. Excellent rhyming word. Last one, light. Sight. Great, great rhyming words. All right, we are moving on to our next section where we're going to look at the alphabet. So the first thing I need you to do, boys and girls, we're going to pull out our alphabet strips, and we are going to touch and name the letters of the alphabet. And as we're doing this, we are going to accent the vowel sounds. So that's A, E, I, O, and U. Are we ready? Everyone got their alphabet strips out? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Fantastic, great job. We can put our alphabet strips away. The next alphabet activity we have is going to use your alphabet arc. So let's everyone get their arcs out. All right, great. And we're going to need your plastic letters. So go ahead and get that set out in front of you. I need you to take your plastic letters out of the bag, get them all arranged inside that blue arc. And we are going to make sure those letters are all turned right side up. And we are going to run a drill. We're going to see if you can match all of the letters, the plastic letters, to their letters in 2 minutes. All right, that's your goal. Get them all matched in 2 minutes. You ready? Set, go. Awesome. How many of you were able to get all those letters matched? That is great. Good job. All right, let's tidy up. We're going to get our letters back in the bags. Good job. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to put our arcs aside because we're not going to use those anymore. Well done. Okay, our next activity, we are going to review some of the high frequency words that we have already learned. So I'm going to show you these words, and I would like you to just recite them back to me as you see them. Here we go. First word, sit. Excellent. Second word, in. Perfect. Last word, I. Very good. One more time. Let's see. We're going to mix them up a little. In. Great. And sit. Perfect. And last one, I. Great job, guys. Well done. Okay. We are going to learn a new word today. This word is It's the letter A, but it is also the word as in a tip or a pen, or sometimes you ask to borrow a pencil. This is the word It makes the sound. So we are going to add that word to our high frequency deck. You'll be looking for it next time we get together, and remember that one. Our next new word is sat. That's right, here is sat. Now I would like you to look at these two words, This is already from our deck. We have the word sit and we have the word sat. Now, as you look at these two words, what can you see that is similar? What is the same about these words? Do you see any letters that are the same? Excellent, that's right. The letter S is the initial letter of each word. Perfect. Anything else that you see that's the same? That's right. Letter T is the final letter in each word. So what is different about these words? That's right. Sit has the I, makes the I sound, and sat has an A that makes the A sound. Great job. Good job figuring out the differences of those. Okay. Our next activity is the reading deck. All right. So we got to get our hands ready. We're going to go over some of our letters and sounds. And we have to have our hands ready to do the actions. First, in the reading deck, remember we're going to review consonants. And consonants are sounds that close the mouth. The sound is blocked by the tongue, teeth, or lips. Excellent. So here are our consonants that we have learned. First, T, table, T. Perfect. Now, P, pig, P. Great. N, nest, N. And S, sock, S. Great job with those. All right, next we're going to review our vowels. Now remember, a vowel is a sound. Vowels are sounds that are both open and voiced. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Good job. So here we go with our closed syllable. Remember, a closed syllable ends with a consonant, and a vowel in a closed syllable is short and coded with a brief. So here are our short, closed vowels. I, itch, yeah, and the letter A, apple, ah. Awesome job, guys. Okay. Our next activity is going to be new learning. All right, we all have our little mirrors. We're going to use our mirrors, and in this activity, I would like you to use that mirror and watch your mouth when you're saying these sounds, where you're saying these words. Listen to the sound, feel the sound as you're saying these words. Okay, here we go. First word is. Now you echo. Perfect. As. Echo. Great. Hands. Echo. Last one. Tins. Very nice. Now, I want to know, what did you notice? What did you notice when you were making the Z sound? What did your mouth look like? What did you feel? That's right. It makes a Z sound, and that's because that sound is blocked by the tongue, and you can feel it in your throat, so we know that it's voiced. Let's try it again and make the difference between the Z sound that you can feel on your voice or the S sound that you can't feel. That's awesome. I love that you're able to feel that vibration between the Z and the S sound. Excellent, excellent job. All right, so now that we have kind of felt what that sound is going to feel like, we are going to practice reading some words, and we're going to look at we have, here's our initial, medial, or final sounds. And here's some of the words that we just practiced, and here's where that sound is. In fact, here's the word is. We have that z in the final sound. Here's the word was. We have the z in the final sound. And last is hands with the z in the final sound. What do you see? Yes, it's the letter S. But when the letter S is in the final position, we code that S with a voice line to remind us that it makes the Z sound. All right. So this is the rule. When we have an S that says Z at the end of a one-syllable word coming after a vowel, that Z sound is spelled with an S. And when it's at the end of the base word, we're going to code that S with a voice line. Okay. And in the instance of pans, we know when we have an S at the end of the base word, and it's ending in a voice sound like the sound, that the suffix, which is the S, makes the Z sound, and that's why we're coding that with a voice line there. Excellent. Good job, guys. It's a fun new sound. It makes that buzzing sound. All right, let's fix that real quick. All right, so next, we're going to try a riddle. So I need you to put your thinking caps on and listen to the clues that I'm going to give you to see if you can figure out this riddle. Here you go. The riddle is, I am part of your body. I am used for your sense of smell. I am also called a snout. I am a, that's right, I am a nose. Good job, I almost gave it away there pointing to my nose, didn't I? All right, here is our new card that we're gonna add it to the deck. This is the S card for nose, but it makes that Z sound. That's why we have the voiced line through the S to remind it that it makes the Z sound that we can feel here in our throats. So this card we're going to add to our deck. It's always going to come after sock, so that we can remember that there are two ways to pronounce the S, the S or the Z sound. We're always keep them together in the deck so that we can remember that. Okay. We are going to practice writing this sound now. All right. Here we go. We're going to start. We need to start at the top of our page, and the start line's going to be up here. We've got our little arrow to help us to remember where to start. And we're writing the letter S. We make a tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. That looks like a pretty good S. How did you guys do? Did you get your curves in the right spot? Remember, you start up top, tiny curve left, come around, tiny curve right, and around. Awesome. We're going to practice that doing our sky writing now. So we're going to write all across the sky. Let's start on this side of the sky. We'll have our arm up. Remember to put your other hand on your shoulder. We're starting up top of the sky. We're going to say, we'll say it together. We'll go tiny curve left, around. Oh, let's say the letter S. Tiny curve left, around. Tiny curve right and around. Perfect. Let's do the middle of the sky. Letter S. Tiny curve left, around. Tiny curve right, around. And last part of the sky, letter S. Tiny curve left, around. Tiny curve right, around. Awesome. Are your arms tired? Shake them out, shake them out. Did a great job with our skywriting. We are now going to, go to our linkage page. Everyone's got their linkage page ready? Here we go. Oh, I forgot to erase our letter S here. Here we go. Thank you for reminding me. Here we go. Here is our linkage page. Now, what we're going to do first is in box number 1, our tracing box, we are going to take our fingers, we're going to trace the letter S 3 times with our fingers. 3 times with our fingers. Here we go. Tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. Excellent. Here we go. Letter S. Tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. Last time, letter S. Tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, and around. Excellent job. All right, boys and girls, grab a pencil. We're going to practice writing on top of our S 3 times with saying letter S and our instructions. Here we go. Letter S. Tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. Second time, letter S. Tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. Last time, letter S. Tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. Perfect. Really, really good job. Now, before we go on to the next step, I want us to review our wow position so we can be prepared to do our writing. Number 1, make sure we have our feet flat on the floor. 2, good posture, we're sitting up in our chairs. Number 3, we have our paper in the perfect position to be able to write. 4, we have our hands both on the desk or your table. And lastly, your pencil grip. You've got that nice tripod position balance so you can have a relaxed hand and do your best writing. So here we go. But before we do our writing on the page, we're going to practice our skywriting one more time. Arm on shoulder, hand in the air, letter S, tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. All right, and now with your pencil, oh, wait. All right, sorry, I got ahead of myself. I was so excited to do that skywriting. Back it up. Let's go back and make your S in your box. Here we go. Tiny curve S, around, tiny curve S, tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, and around. All right, everyone got their S's in their box? Fantastic. Thanks for keeping up with Miss Leone. Sometimes she gets ahead of herself. All right, now we're gonna do our skywriting one more time, and then we're gonna practice doing some things with our eyes closed. So here we go. We're gonna do our skywriting. This time, let's stay seated down, keep our arms up. Let's try it with our eyes closed so we can imagine what that S is gonna look like. Here we go, letter S. Tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. How'd you do? Good, all right. Now, I want you to get your fingers in place in your box, box number 3. I'd like you to close your eyes and think of what that S is gonna look like as you say, letter S, tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. Did you get that traced on your paper? Fantastic. Last time, we're gonna do it with our eyes closed, but with the pencil this time. All right, we're closing our eyes. You've got your paper, your pencil in position. Think what that S is gonna look like. S, tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, and around. How'd you do? How'd they look? Those look like pretty good S's to me. Good job, you guys. All right, we are gonna put this paper aside. We're gonna come back to box number 4 when we get to our spelling section. But right now, we are going to move on to our reading practice. Look at that, we're almost halfway through the lesson today, guys. You guys are doing so well. All right, let's shake out a little bit. All right, next section. I'm gonna need you to use your very best listening ears. I am going to say some phonemes, and I'm wanting you to listen to those carefully and then blend them together and tell me the word that they make. Are we ready? Here we go. Ah, zzz. Blend together. Has. Great. Good job. Number 2. Here we go. T. I. Zzz. Tins. Perfect. Next. I. Zzz. Is. Next one. Ah. Zzz. As. And our last word. T. Ah. Zzz. Tans. Excellent. Good job. Excellent listening and great blending. Okay, we are going to do some writing on the board, and we need everyone to put on their coding caps because we're going to get ready to do some coding. Here we go. Where's my paper? We'll just use this one. All right, we are going to do some coding. I'm going to write these words out, and we are going to practice using our coding symbols to help us figure out how to say them. Let's start with my S is a little lopsided, but I think we'll keep them there. All right, what do you see in this word? What do we see first? Did you find the vowel? That's right. Here's our vowel sound underneath the A. And what is the S? A consonant. Perfect. We're going to label him with a C. That's great. Now, when a vowel is followed by a consonant, we know the syllable is closed, the vowel is short, and we mark it with a breve. So that means, here we go, we've got our breve on top of our A. And we also know that when the S comes after a closed consonant or a closed vowel, that it makes the Z voice sound. So we have to mark that with our voiced line. That is just not looking very good, boys and girls. I gotta fix that S. He's giving me some trouble. Sometimes that happens. It's okay. We make mistakes. We'll just put it on there again. There's our S, and there's that voiced line. Excellent. Good job, guys. Okay, next. Here's our next word. P-A. All right. What do we see? Use your coding skills. What do you see first? Oh, perfect. Someone noticed we have a suffix at the end. So we're going to go ahead and box our suffix there. Fantastic. Where's that vowel sound? Perfect. Someone's got the vowel. Here it is, right here, under the A. And there's our consonant under the N. That looks great. Now remember, we know that when a vowel is followed by a consonant, the vowel is short. The syllable is closed. The vowel is short. We code it with a breve. So we'll put our breve mark here. Excellent. What else can we see about this word? That's right. If we have an S at the end of a base word that ends with a closed consonant, we know that it makes the voiced Z sound, so we're going to mark it with our voice line. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to code one more word, and then we're going to practice reading them all together. Here's our last word. All right. Just use your coding skills. What do we see? That's right. We have an S, a suffix at the end. We're going to block off our suffix. What else do we see? Very good. Here's our vowel. We'll mark that under the I. And that's right, we have another consonant here. And just like pans, we know that when we have a vowel followed by a consonant, we know the syllable is closed, the vowel is short. We code it with a breve. So we're going to put our breve mark above the I. What else do we know? That's right. This S is following the same pattern. So we know that in this case, within it's a suffix, we're going to mark it with a voice line. So we go back. Let's practice reading these words now that we've got them decoded. We've got as, pans, and tins. Fantastic. Excellent coding. Excellent job, guys. Now, we're going to erase these. And it's going to be your turn to do some coding. So I need you to turn to your reading practice page. And we're gonna you recognize the first three words. We just did those. We'll review those together, and then I'd like you to see about coding the rest of these words here. So we can talk through them if we need to. So here we go. What do you see here? Oh, that's right. We have a consonant. So we put a V. Miss Leone. So crazy. That's not a consonant. That's right. It's a vowel. We have the A is the vowel, so we need to put the V under the A for our vowel, and a C under the S for our consonant. And then remember, we know that when a vowel is followed by a consonant, we know the syllable is closed, the vowel is short, so we code it with a breve. So we're going to put our little breve right above the A. And we know when we have an S at the coming to the end of a vowel that it's going to make that voiced sound. We're going to mark it with the voice line there. Great. All right, guys. So I want you to continue to code these words on your own. All right, now, when we get down here to this section with these sentences, I only want you to code the words that are unfamiliar to you. So I'll give you a few minutes to do that. And now we're going to read those sentences. We're going to read with great fluency and expression. Here we go. Anne is in a pit. Ants sit in tins. Nat is tan. As Nan sits, an ant tans. That last sentence is kind of silly. I don't know many ants that go out and try to get a suntan, but great reading all the same. We're going to move on now to our next section. And we are going to move on to our handwriting set practice. Okay, so we want to really make sure that we're going to get our letters all lined up the way they need to be. And again, we need to review our WOW procedures with our feet on the floor, excellent posture, our paper in position on our desks, both hands on our desk, our tables, and our pencil grip, that nice tripod grip, so we are ready to write. Okay, I would like you to practice writing the following words. And I'll write them with you so we make sure that we're lining our letters perfectly on our paper. First word we're going to write is tap. We use the top, middle line, and the bottom for that letter T. There's tap. Excellent. Next word, pans. Here's our letter P. N. And here's the new letter we learned today. Small curve left, around, tiny curve right, and around. Good job. Next is going to be Ann. We have A, N, and then is, I, S. Practice that S. Tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, and around. Very nice. Last word, sat. Practicing that S again. Tiny curve left, around, tiny curve right, around. A, T. All right. Okay. Make sure we are writing all those clearly. Pay attention to the top bottom lines. Remember the letter S. In. Oh, boys and girls, look at that. I forgot a word. Bonus word. Here we go. One more word. It's the word in. Here we go. I-N. Perfect. Excellent writing. Let me see. How'd we do? Oh, your writing is getting better every day. I love how you worked on that S today. Those are looking really, really good. All right, guys. Next, we are going to have our spelling practice. Okay? So I've got these sounds cards that I'm going to give you. We're not going to write right now. We're not going to write on our paper. I'll take that away. We're going to write on our desk with our fingers. So as I say these sounds or these phonemes, I need you to use your fingers and you're going to write the letter on your desk. All right, I'm going to get these all shuffled up so it'll be a bit of a surprise. Here is our first phoneme. All right, here we go. I'm going to write those on your desk. Everyone write the letter N. Fantastic. Next sound. On your desk, here we go. Letter S. Very nice. Next sound. Ah. Did you write an A? Perfect. Good listening. I. Did you hear that? Did you write your I? Way to go. Couple more. T. Very good. That's the T sound. And P. P. Did you hear it? Letter P. Excellent job. Really good sign. Really good job. Now, we're going to come back to your linkage page. Hopefully you didn't go too far. You've got it right there on your desk. We're coming back to box number 4. And we are going to write the Z sound, like nose. Z. So grab your pencil. Got the wow position again, feet posture, paper placement, hands on your desk. Pencil in a tripod position, and we're going to write the Z sound in this box. So ready? We're going to start up here. Tiny curve left around, tiny curve right around. How does your letter S look? Great, great job. All right, now we're going to do a little exercise that uses your ears. Okay, this is called auditory discrimination, which means I want you to see if you can hear the difference in these words that I'm about to say to you. If you are able to hear the voiced Z sound in this word, I want you to draw an S with your fingers in the air. If you do not hear the voiced Z sound, you can show me an X with your arms. Do you understand? If we hear the Z, you show me an S. If you don't hear the Z, show me an X. All right, here we go. Try not to trick you, but here we go. News. That's right. That has that voice sound. We'll draw the S. Ants. Good job. No Z sound there. Cans. Excellent. That does have an S. Cats. Good job. No Z sound. Press. That's right. No Z sound. Class. Good. Didn't trick you there either. No Z sound. Stands. You heard it that time, didn't you? Excellent. That did have the Z sound. Bets. Good job. That's right. No Z sound there. Pods. You heard that one, didn't you? Pods. Cakes. Good job. No Z sound there. Hammers. That's right. Has that Z sound. Last word, ladders. Perfect. That does have the X sound. You guys had great listening skills today. Good job with that. All right. We need to review our SOS, our Save Our Spelling procedures. For this activity, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to get out your sound box and make sure you have your markers ready to go, as we're going to work on some sounds with our markers. And remember, when we do our SOS procedures, we are going to listen to the word. You are going to echo the word. Then we're going to segment the word, putting our counters into our boxes. Then you're going to write the letter for each word, and you're going to read to check. So back to your paper that you were writing on. We'll use the same paper you were writing on before, but we'll start with our boxes, and then you can write the words after you have after we've used the box. Okay. So let's see. There we go. Got to get to my list of words. There it is. Here is our first word that we are going to segment in our box. The word is as. As. Here we go. Az. Perfect. Right now, on your paper, go ahead and write that word out. Great job. Next word, let's get our counters set again. The word is. Is. Let's use our counters. I. Z. Is. And let's write that word out on your paper. Great. Let's reset our counters. Next word, pans. Here we go. Z. Pans. Fantastic. Now we'll go ahead and write that word down and reset your counters. The word is tins. Tins. I. Z. Tins. Get that one written down. All right, and the last word, has. Has. Here we go. Az. Has. Excellent job. And as our last step in our SOS, we are going to move these words to your linking spelling to reading dictionary. We need to flip all the way over to page 44 at the very end, where it says sounds like z. And all of those words that you have just written down, we need to now copy down in the final column, because all of those words have the z sound in the final space, in the final placement. So we're going to write the word as, is, pans, tins, and has in your dictionary. All right. Have we finished with that? Fantastic. You guys have done such a great job today. We are going to finish, and we're going to go back and reread the nursery rhyme that we read a few days ago. You guys remember this one? It's our friend, Humpty Dumpty. All right, so we're going to read this. We're all the way down to our last activity, our reading practice. Oh, and let me move Humpty Dumpty up so we can see the whole picture. Here he is. Here we go. I'm going to read it, and I would like you to echo after I read each line. Here we go. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. All right, guys, great job with that. I want to focus on just a couple of words from our nursery rhyme. I want to talk about the first word that we're going to talk about. I'm going to write it on the board here. The first word I want to talk about is the word great. Great. When we read this nursery rhyme with Humpty Dumpty, let's go back to that, we see the word great in here. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. What do you suppose that word great means when we're talking about a fall? Well, we can see he was falling from the top of that wall. So it wasn't a little fall, it was a great fall. So in this sense, the word great means big, unusually big. It was a big fall that Humpty Dumpty had. Another word let's talk about is, we're going to talk about two more words actually. Let me put them up on our board here. Forgot to take that down. We're going to talk about the words together and the word apart. Now the word together is in our nursery rhyme, and the word apart is not. But I want you to think about these two words, and I want you to think about what happened to Humpty Dumpty in our nursery rhyme, and what these words, how they relate to Humpty Dumpty before his fall and after his fall. I'd like you to turn to your elbow partner and see if you can talk about that and see how those words relate to Humpty Dumpty's experience with the wall. All right, let's go back. Did you guys have any thoughts about that? Let me ask you a question. When was Humpty Dumpty all together, all in one big piece? Probably when he was up on the wall, right? Before he had his great fall, he was all together. He was all in one piece. And what happened after Humpty Dumpty fell and had his great fall? That's right, he broke into some pieces, didn't he? And he came apart in more than one piece. So together, all in one piece, apart, poor Humpty Dumpty broken into so many pieces that all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. Great job, guys. We've learned some new words. You did some fantastic spelling, some beautiful writing. Thank you so much. It was fun to be with you today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.